That's all I
Fat
know.
boy on a diet. Don't try it.
Just toss that ham in the frying pan like spam.
No, I heard that song in the car this morning on the way to work. I'm like, yeah, all right.
Fat boy on a diet. Don't try it. What is that from?
Cypress Hill.
Is that from Cypress
Yeah.
Hill?
Insane in the membrane.
Membrane.
Oh,
I was
okay.
singing along in the car like, yeah. Look at me. Doonch, do-do-do-dooch.
Remember that one shitty one they did? Like, I think it was them. Gonna be a rock
Rockstar.
superstar.
Yeah, that was them.
The newer
No one really liked it.
late 1990s, early 2000s.
2000s. Yeah.
2000s.
I just need to go on a diet. That's all I know.
Now, why is that?
Because I'm fat.
You know
That wasn't me.
You know
That was Nick.
Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
What kind of diet are you gonna go on?
A water cleanse like the ones from California.
What's that?
I don't know, Nick. What is that?
So I read an article about it, and this was like a few years ago that I read this
I'll pull it
article, so I may not have like all the facts memorized. So bear with me. But essentially, you go into this like facility where you're monitored by like doctors and nurses for like
quote,
I think
doctors,
it's like
quote, nurses.
6 or 7 days.
Yeah, man, just get some
and basically all you consume is water for,
That's fucking
for that time period.
dumb.
Wouldn't you?
And it essentially, well, why you do it is essentially you reset your system while also like losing a ton of weight from it. And that's why you're monitored by doctors. Like, it's like one of the most extreme cleanses, if not the most extreme cleanse you can do. And the guy who
would
wrote the
say
article
so.
for like, I think it was GQ. The guy who wrote the article was like talking about like he actually went and did it. And he said by the third day, you were absolutely miserable. Like, you can't be on your feet for very long because you feel like you're going to pass out.
Yeah, you
like,
have no
can't
energy.
eat anything.
I think that if you really wanted to cleanse yourself, you should just eat Taco Bell every day for a week straight.
Yeah, probably.
I've never had any problems with
Oh.
Taco Bell.
This one here.
I've never
Taco-
had problems.
Taco
We gave
John's tears me up.
Taco John's is
I can't get through half a meal without having to run to the bathroom.
That's a different
I
ballgame.
like-
Same with
I
same
like
with
Taco John's.
Long John Silver's.
What about
as
a-
much as I love Long John Silver's, I can only eat it like once a year.
What about Amigos?
I like
love
I've never
Amigos.
had Amigos.
You've
Taco-
never had Amigos?
I've never had Amigos.
Taco Bell gives me like the explosions.
Dude, I've...
Taco Bell has never
But
given me
we like it, so we're not
diarrhea or
knocking the
anything.
company. We actually gave up fast food for a couple weeks now.
For Lent.
No, just to stop.
Oh, wait, it's January.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
the person
said
in
the
this room that
atheist at
would
the
know
table.
is you.
There's a David Cross joke that says, I don't have, he's like, that sucks you can't eat ribs. My God doesn't give a shit, but that water cleanse sounds really, that sounds like one of those new age things that,
So, well, it's one of those things where, like, the guy who wrote the article said, like, even once you get done with it, you still can't eat, like, solid foods for, like,
That
a couple
doesn't
of
make-
days. You have to, like, ease yourself back into eating food because your whole digestive system is, like, thrown off.
We tried
So,
a
like, he could
juice
only
diet.
drink
soup.
smoothies for, like, the first couple of days when he got out.
We tried a juice diet, and it wasn't. Now we'd still juice. Like, she does a lot of fruit juice and stuff, and it's really good. But
All natural. Just
we
for
tried
you.
this one, like, every meal that we ate for like 4 days was just juiced, and we did a lot of like kale and ginger and all this shit that I never would have eaten otherwise. And
He juiced a beet and he peed red.
yeah,
Oh, my
like,
God.
It does happen.
no, I've seen
It
where, like,
really did.
okay, I've seen like, okay, if you're dehydrated versus well hydrated, the shade of your urine will be influenced, like the color
Well,
or
yeah.
darkness.
I mean, it's...
But I'd never seen it turn colors, dude. And so I'm pissing pink, bro. And I'm like,
Bro.
babe,
Come check this out!
I'm fucking dying.
I was like, whoa.
It's like I saw a meme online of Aquaman, and he was like mounted on a rock, and there's a bunch of waves behind him. And it was like when your pee is clear. I was like, God, that's so true. It's like
But
a
we,
celebration whenever I have
Yeah.
clear pee. It's
But
like
we-
I call all my friends and family members. I'm like, guess what?
We made it like 4 days, and then we were both miserable. And I looked
Yeah.
over at Natalie, and she was literally crying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to make us some food right now. And then I made us a little bit of food, but we couldn't even eat that much. And
Yeah.
then everything
No,
was okay.
it messes with your system bad.
Yeah. I had to
Like,
do a 2-week clear liquids diet and protein shakes 2 weeks before our surgery that I had.
I did it with her.
Oh my God.
Ugh, that's
He ate one
dedication.
meal a day, and then he did the other part with me, and that was the worst. I could only have chicken broth, sugar-free Jell-O, water. I'll never eat Jell-O again. Beef broth and protein shakes. I hated my life so bad for
That
2
sounds
weeks.
awful.
In my one meal a day, it was like
Yeah, it was like a half a
salad
wrap,
or a
or
wrap,
it was- yeah.
part of a wrap.
Like, I don't think I could ever do something like that because
I had
I just
to.
don't have the. I mean, if I had to,
Yeah.
I would, but like by choice, absolutely not. I just
He-
don't have the willpower
He
for
broke
it.
down,
I know I'd
or
cave.
I broke down, and he made me. I got like 1 boiled egg per day, and it didn't affect my surgery at all. It was fine.
But it was
It was like-
crazy because it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with that one egg. Like
No, I wasn't being mean. Like not like that. Like I was sad. I was
Give me the
depressed,
fucking egg.
I felt sick, and then he'd give me my 1 boiled egg at night, and I'm like,
I
"Hi,
took really good care of
have
her.
you seen the sunshine? It's outside."
And
Well,
9 o'clock at night, Natalie.
I remember
In my eyes, it was bright.
like this is why I like commend the dedication of method actors so much because
Yeah.
there
Christian
was an
Bale.
art Christian Bale when he played his role in The Machinist.
Yeah.
He went on a diet for like a month of just crackers, yogurt, and water, and
Pretty
shed
smart
like
this
100
time.
pounds for
Really?
that role.
That's what maybe I need
Yeah.
to do.
well, then he did what was that last one he did where he had to gain a bunch of weight?
I saw him.
Well, it's crazy to see these body transformations,
Yeah. I saw a
like Jake
meme
Gyllenhaal in Southpaw versus like Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler. Like,
Yeah,
Whoa.
I saw a meme about shit. Who were we just talking about?
Jake
Christian
Gyllenhaal,
Bale.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And it says, "It's okay to tell a girl you never met you look like Christian Bale because who knows which Christian Bale."
Right.
Really?
exactly. I mean, it's like Daniel Day-Lewis. Like Daniel Day-Lewis
From
had to-
Geronimo versus.
and I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive. I
Or
read an
Last
article
Mohicans.
about him
My
one
bad.
time that he had to play a role where he had a funny walk, so he actually like had his leg broken so he could have that weird walk.
Was that
like
Gangsters
that
in New
dude
York?
goes all out.
No.
Matthew
And that's why he's-
McConaughey
that-
went through a
Not
big
gangsters,
transformation,
gangs
too.
in New York.
And
Oh my
there
God.
was Leonardo DiCaprio for The Revenant. He
That
actually
was a
went
good
and
movie.
stranded himself out in the wilderness for like 2 weeks to get prepared for that role. Like
He's a hell
he
of an
did
actor.
what like Michael Scott made Dwight do, except he actually did it successfully.
Matthew
Dwight made
McConaughey
Michael
went
Scott
through a
do
big transformation too.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
Stupid.
It, as far as like especially his like acting ability, like what?
Not you.
You're stupid
I'm stupid?
baby.
Yeah, you're stupid.
Why am I
was
stupid?
like, actually, Dwight made Michael Scott do that.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
And actually, it wasn't even that. It was the
Yeah.
fact that he couldn't go on Ryan's Cool Retreat.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, whatever.
I have hemorrhoids.
So this says you shouldn't do a water cleanse more than 3 days.
You shouldn't do any cleanse like
Yeah,
that for more
that
than 3
seems-
days.
And then there's that other one where it's cayenne pepper and lemon, and you put it in the water. I'm sorry, that's fucking nasty.
It just
awful.
sounds gross.
That sounds like something you would actually like.
And what's the significance of fucking cayenne pepper?
It's
Cayenne pepper is actually
supposed to,
really
like,
good for you.
Like it's like putting block clean through a radiator, bro.
And other
Just
auto
drink
germs.
radiator fluid or brake cleaner or
Yep.
something. Yeah, I mean, why do those
Oh,
diets?
speaking of brake cleaner, did you see that video where the guy's in a shop, right, and he's trying to clean his bench off, and he sprays, and brake parts cleaner is extremely fucking corrosive, right?
Yeah.
So he sprays his bench and he's wiping it off, and it's not coming clean, and he takes some Monster Energy drink and pours on it, wipes it off, and it just shined.
Oh, I had
Really?
corrosion. I had corrosion on my battery one time, and my stepdad walked out,
Coke.
Coca-Cola.
popped my hood, poured some Diet Pepsi on there. The corrosion was gone.
Well, that's
in
because
like
of the
instant.
sodium bicarbonate, though.
And he was like,
And other
and we put this
science
shit in our bodies, and just like walked away
Well,
like it was nothing.
No.
You can say that
Drinking
if
the
you want,
Diet
but
Pepsi.
there's already acid in your stomach that's strong
Yeah.
enough to eat through metal.
yeah, and not only that, but that
Or
whole,
give you stomach ulcers.
that whole debacle of like, oh, NutraSweet's bad for you, blah blah blah. I don't believe any of that shit because you know what? I've been drinking diet sodas for years and never had problems.
Look at me, I'm a picture of fucking health over
There's
here.
a difference between being a little bit bigger and having like stomach ulcers and problems. There's people out there who have stomach ulcers that have never drunk a soda in their life, and I'm not saying that causation is a correlation or whatever,
Well,
but
and stomach ulcers can be hereditary
Can I bring
too,
something? I want to ask a question that's going to make me sound kind of dumb.
as opposed to
2 plus 2.
Scrums.
Have you ever ate something spicy and it made your butt burn when you poop? Because I've heard that, but ask her. I literally eat fucking lava. Like I could eat a Carolina Reaper and
Gross.
or
He can, though. Him and
habanero
his
pepper.
youngest.
Like I enjoy spicy food a lot,
I do too.
but it's never like I've never been sitting on the toilet like, come on, ice cream.
What?
Yeah, I had a hand deliver him a cone one time, and he's like, boom, shoved it
My
right up his
dad-
ass.
Oh no.
Oh,
My dad used to
oh,
look at
I'm never
my
gonna
food.
eat ice cream again.
My dad used to look at my food and he'd be like, "Yep, you're gonna want to go pick up some asbestos toilet paper for that." But it's never burned, man.
You never had your poop burn?
No.
Usually that doesn't. Do you have hemorrhoids?
Oh, he would announce it if it did. My poop's burning. You want to come in here?
I get Bernie poops every once in a while.
because you have hemorrhoids.
Yeah, I do.
I just wanted him to say it.
Man, you out
No.
yourself a lot on this show.
Yeah, I have no dignity. My dignity's been gone for
He's
years.
shameless.
But so I have hemorrhoids.
Why? We didn't need to hear it again.
And
Hey, Nick, do you have hemorrhoids?
yes,
Do you use
Natalie.
Tux medicated pads?
No, but I had to take stool softener for it.
Remember the commercial? They had the pad and the match and it
Yeah.
was burning and they just went and put the match.
Tux medicated pads for your asshole.
Oh, if my asshole ever lights on fire, I'll be sure to grab a fucking Tux extinguisher.
Tux extinguishers made in Britain. Anyway, what were you gonna say, Nick?
I don't know.
You just got to announce something else he has.
You said you had Bernie poops before.
Oh, I get Bernie poops every once in a while, but it's like very rare. I think the worst ones are
Getting at Bernie's.
are the ones.
Okay.
Every once in
That
a while,
was
I have a
such a
week-
dumb joke.
It was really funny though.
It was such a dumb joke, but
can-
we're all like wheezing.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Because you know what I just pictured is like me like taking my poop with me and like closing its eyes and drawing fake eyes on it and driving it around.
Sunglasses around.
He's muppeting it around.
It's got a Hawaiian shirt on.
Natalie got me a coffee cup that's shaped like a toilet, and I put it on my desk at work, and everybody looks at it like, "Wow, that's fucking great." But I have this little stuffed poop emoji, and
my
I put
God.
it in a cup.
That's exactly what I would do too.
He drinks coffee out of it, though.
Oh man.
So his boss like, that looks really shitty.
Like, where'd you get that cup? I'm like, my wife got it for me. He's like, she gives shitty presents. But he didn't sound like that.
She has shitty presents. Where are they? Where are they?
I'm not wearing hockey.
I got Bernie poops. Alfred, give me my tux.
Weekend at Bernie's.
It's a funny joke. Welcome to the Don't Look Under the Bed podcast. The podcast for all
I guess we're
things
changing the
comedy
subject here.
horror.
Okay.
I'm one of your non-hemorrhoidal hosts, Dan Wonder. Next to me is
Natalie, if it's not too much of a waffle rose.
next to her is,
The non-Bernie Vinny Rose.
and next to me again is.
The fire-assed Nicholas
Wow.
Myers.
Fire-assed.
Fire ass sassafras.
Thanks for listening, folks. And
I shit Charmander. Sometimes it's Sometimes it's Charizard though.
We talk about poop.
I
a
won't
lot.
talk about
we talk
that.
about farting a lot. In this
Well, you
fucking
fart a lot.
I was out in the garage. I didn't fart once.
You said you farted. You
He says
literally
that all
told us
the
I was
you farted.
trying to be in the
You were
game
just trying to be.
because you guys were doing it too.
He says that all probably like, I didn't do
I
it
just wanted to
once
be
this
included.
time."
I like being included in things.
More like inpooted.
He hit me really hard. It's like he like punched me.
Do-
and she's
do you
like,
want me to-
he's like douche.
Do you want me to kiss it make better?
God no.
Okay.
Yes.
Welcome again to the Don't Look Under the Bed podcast.
He will.
Get off me.
Ah.
Welcome to Don't Look Under the Bed podcast. Nelly, what? Yeah, you almost knocked it over. What is
Nick
our
almost knocked our light
before
over.
we
I'm out of control.
before we get into the email and stuff like that? What is the podcast about tonight?
Today we're going to go over haunted vehicles.
Thank you. Naturally, that's
Can you
like
talk
Natalie's
in that
alter
voice
ego.
for the rest of
Haunted
the
vehicles.
Oh, you have no
haunted
idea.
vehicles?
I sure can.
I'm doing a water cleanse.
I'm doing water cleanse tonight, so we have to hurry this up. I want diarrhea the next 3 days. Honey?
Why do you have that string wrapped around your fingers?
Haunted vehicles like Christine.
No.
What a great
Oh,
movie.
okay. Thank you.
Great movie.
Such a
Showed me.
straight answer. No,
No.
fucking idiot.
He's
That was like the most polite
mean
way
to-
of calling him an idiot.
No.
No.
Well, I sent him the notes like 4 days ago, so. Yep.
Christine was a great movie though. I
Like
love
any
that
of us
movie.
read the notes
I
now.
know. Nobody reads
you
them.
see that
I don't
movie?
even
I read them.
I can't even read them when I'm on the air.
I was just trying to make a joke and you smothered it to death.
Smother.
Smothered.
With a down pillow.
My little schmoo.
Smothered it with a Tux medicated powder.
This episode not brought to you by Tux Medicated Pads, but if we wanted to, that'd be great.
It's actually brought to us by Preparation Age.
Wouldn't it be funny as shit like if the one person that wanted to sponsor us was a fucking hemorrhoid company?
You're like, there's a guy in there. All right, guys, we got this one. Send him the
Hey,
info.
I take it.
Perfect.
Money's money.
Yeah.
Or Valtrex.
You know what your mom said about the Valtrex commercial?
I don't want to know.
Oh yeah, you do.
Now, this is our extremely Catholic mother. She said, you know what would be funny on this commercial? If, like, the guy or girl that has Valtrex is just, they're filming them with, like, multiple different people.
Oh, that's that what Mom said? Mm-hmm. Jeez.
And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, like, you know, they're with other people.
You sound just like her when you said that. They're with other people. Give me a knife.
Your mom sounds like Patrick Starr.
Who's that?
Really? All right, never mind. That
That was
joke's not
really
gonna
high.
land. Let's just skip.
Really?
What? Who is
Avoid
that?
Elijah.
Who is that?
Are you talking about
Fucking-
SpongeBob?
Yes.
Oh,
I didn't know his
Patrick
name.
Starr?
His last name is Star.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He's
Can we say
Starfish.
people from Texas are dumb?
There you go.
Remember that shirt I got you a long time ago? Where it said,
SpongeBob!
I'm bored, and it had him like hitting himself in the
Yeah,
head.
I
with a
fucking
board.
love Patrick. I didn't know his. I didn't know his last name.
Yeah,
was
that's his
Patrick
last
Starr.
name.
What's
Okay.
Sponge? Oh, is it just SquarePants?
SquarePants.
Well, no, I didn't know if that
It's
was like,
literally the title of the show.
No, I didn't know if that was like his first name,
Wow, wow,
SpongeBob
wow, wow,
SquarePants,
wow.
and then like another name. What's Gary's last name?
Gary Squarepants.
What's Mr.
I like
Krabs'
Gary.
last name?
Gary's a snail who meows, so it's automatically funny.
It is. It's very, and he's cute.
Hey, we were talking about juicing earlier. Shout out to my lovely wife.
Who's
This
that?
Juice is,
Your name's Glenda.
she made
Sup?
some really good juice
Yep.
that I'm drinking right now.
Yes,
Nick's
um,
mom also made cookies.
Yeah, they're really good.
Thanks.
So
Nick.
the
What's your
juice
next-
I made
what's-
has
My
blueberries.
mom's name is Kim.
Thanks,
Kim.
Kim. Blueberries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, Honeycrisp apples, Asian pears, and pineapple.
Oh, pineapples is shit.
Yes,
Yeah, I know,
that's.
it's
I
so
think that
good.
I think that's my favorite fruit.
Pineapple, blackberry, and peach.
Every time we have it at work, I'm like,
Did you see her wink at me, Dan? Do you like that?
I like pears.
I do too. Do you like Asian pears?
That's racist.
No. It's a real thing. My friend brought me some really, really big ones.
You think Asians only come in singles?
I didn't say it.
I can hear you guys chewing, and it is not okay. Stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kim.
Is that what my mom sounds like?
No, I was screaming for her.
Oh.
I was cheering.
Apparently, Natalie thinks your mom's hot.
No.
Oh,
She
Nick's
probably-
mom ugly?
No, she probably
After
is
she
hot.
made these cookies?
She probably is hot. I just wasn't saying that because I don't know what she looks like.
No.
I'll assume she's hot.
No.
What?
I was eating.
Oh, don't.
Thanks again for the cookies and thanks for the juice, Natalie. And thanks, Godfathers, for delivering us pizza.
I went and picked that shit
Yeah,
up. They
she
don't
went and picked
deliver
it up.
out here.
She was
I'm
driving
having
behind me
cookies
on the
and
way
juice
back.
Like
Yeah.
I'm 12.
They don't deliver
ready
out
for your
here.
nap?
The one on 90th in Blondo used to deliver here, and then they closed that one. And now the one on 108th in Maple, which is technically closer, does not deliver out in this neighborhood.
There's
We're
a
too
lot of
far-
them that don't deliver anymore.
No, they just don't do it here. We're too far out.
Far out,
It's
man.
not delivery. It's Godfather's.
It's not far out.
Far out, man.
No, man.
Natalie was driving behind me, and she informed me that my driver's side tail light or brake light is
It
out.
is
so,
out.
That's not good.
And I said, get
On
that
my-
fixed, mister.
Yeah.
Just like that?
No. Maybe. I don't remember.
Get that fixed, master.
Get
Well,
better. Get
we-
better. I got that.
We have an email today. And this is going to be a fun one because this is a game. But Jerry's kids and and then post tag the one from Subway.
Nice. Oh.
Oh boy.
I love that he got the shit kicked out of him within like.
Did he really?
Within
did.
like 2 days of being in prison, he got the shit
How do you
kicked
know?
out of him.
Did he
There was
write
an
you?
article about it.
Dear Nick, I miss you. And by the way,
Yeah.
I bet it didn't take long, Subway long to change their logo from Eat Fresh.
I ate
For
fresh
the
for like
slogan.
5 years, guys.
with Jared.
But he writes,
I know where they got $5 footlong from.
or she writes because they didn't really specify, but I'm assuming it's a he. He writes, let's play a game of Would You Rather. Your choices. So we have to come up with Would You Rathers. I don't know if you've...
Isn't there a movie called Would You Rather?
There's a movie about every stupid thing.
Oh, Jesus. I forgot Negative Nancy's here.
Hi, guys. I'm Negative Nancy. You know, your hair would look better if it was combed.
and worse.
Really quick, I was at work yesterday, and I work nights. So I go into, well, not nights, but like 1 to 11. So I go into lunch about 7 something, and I was being a sarcastic asshole because me and like 2 other guys are in the break room, and I'm like, oh, good thing I took my break now. I didn't want to miss The Bachelor because it was on.
Oh, God.
And they're like, I know. And they start talking about it like
Oh, no.
they're keeping up with it. I'm like,
Fucking really?
what the fucking fuck?
What the F?
The actual fuck.
I've never watched one episode of that. It doesn't sound fun. I
I don't think I've ever seen that at all.
I've been watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen, though.
You have
fucking
been.
love
I was
Hell's
wondering who
Kitchen.
was watching that.
was
I
me.
love it too,
Gordon
man.
Ramsay's my dude.
Straight up.
He's
GR,
my dude.
GR.
Yeah, he's
Grr.
pretty
I love that
amazing.
guy.
And his food that he cooks usually looks really good. Sometimes you watch those shows and it's like, who the fuck is eating this food?
No, sometimes you watch those shows and you think to yourself, these people are just disgusting.
Yes.
Just disgusting. I don't
He's
know.
upstairs.
I would never watch those shows before, but I don't know what it is. I've just...
He's got that charisma about him.
I
That even
prefer-
I watch
It's
it.
raw.
I don't watch that stuff. And
Why did
I
the chicken
will
cross
watch
the road?
people
Because you didn't fucking cook it.
Natalie says that I should go on one of those cooking shows.
Oh, I'd love to see you on there. And then just talk shit to the camera.
He
like,
needs to go on the one where you have to go pick out all the ingredients from the
Oh,
cupboards and
Cutthroat
fridge.
Kitchen?
Yes.
That one's good.
is that a... I've never watched that before.
It's pretty cool. Like,
Cutthroat
They give
Kitchen's
you a little
awesome.
basket, and they're like, you have to make. They give you a specific dish to make. So, like, let's say, I don't know, shrimp parmesan, and you have to go to their little store looking thing inside the studio, and you have to pick up all your shit. But you're timed.
Yeah, you
so
only have
everybody's
60
fighting over
seconds.
the same shit.
Oh,
like,
wow.
There's veggies and colds and
And it's
meats.
like a closet size
But-
like pantry
Yeah.
too.
If
Like
you
there's
win-
not a lot of space.
if you win a challenge, you can take something out of someone else's cart.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so-
why they call it cutthroat.
Water.
So you
Shrimp
what is it?
Parmesan? Shrimp.
What is it? You start off with like
It's just a plate of
how much? You
Parmesan.
start off with like 25,000, and you do like an auction for the challenge.
Yeah, I
And
didn't.
whoever bids the most wins
It's
the
been a long
challenge
time.
and can.
Is it still on?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, we got to play Would You Rather. So
Oh, yeah.
I've already got one.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather...
Funko Pop.
No!
Funko
Would you
Pop.
rather... Would you... No! Get them away from me. I don't like
I
those.
think they're adorable.
I think they're so cute. We went over this last week, though. Anyways, what?
Okay. Yeah. All right, Dan. What's your would
Yeah,
you
okay,
rather?
Dan. Yeah,
Would,
okay.
would you rather be able to levitate, but you can only levitate 2 inches from the ground?
Oh.
Or would you rather be able to fart paprika anytime you want?
Well, we know which
What?
one you're picking.
Levitate all day.
Yeah, levitate.
But
Yeah,
you can
fart
make,
paprika.
but you're, because then you can put it on the deviled eggs.
So his
I
daughter.
don't want to. Okay,
daughter
first
one
off, I don't
time.
like deviled eggs. Secondly, I don't want to fart on my deviled eggs before I eat them.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. I don't want paprika from my
Because
ass.
of your Bernie farts.
One Easter, my daughter accidentally put cinnamon on.
No shit.
I said because she said, "What goes on?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know, cinnamon," and she put cinnamon on them. Mind you, I pulled out the paprika and I handed it to her on
She
the table.
since pulled it together, and she makes the best deviled eggs ever.
Yes.
Hot damn.
Yes.
I don't
they
like
are-
deviled eggs.
Okay, hers though are probably the most amazing deviled eggs, if you did like them, that I've ever had in my life.
It's raw.
It's delicious.
That's
I would say levitate.
levitate, Nick.
levitate.
All right. I'd rather fart paprika.
No, you.
We know. We know.
You,
be
you
funny.
just said you don't like deviled eggs.
It-
What is
what-
that?
You
what-
would just
I
rather.
can make it for other people. I can
If
be
you-
like a superhero.
Who's gonna
if you
eat
feel
fart
like-
paprika?
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
If
And then
it's
they go,
fart-
thank you.
No,
Eat
no.
up. Fart paprika.
Eat
though,
up.
Can you not fart regular farts? Like, are all your farts?
They're
Yeah,
all
you're gonna-
paprika.
are you gonna
Yeah,
blast
is,
your
is there like a
underwear?
button to switch it?
No, there's no button.
Dan,
Can-
why is
can I
your
fart?
ass always red?
Are there any other
Speckled?
herbs that I can fart?
No, and it's pronounced herbs.
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 All right.
Sure, it's herbs.
Can I
Then
fart?
If
Can I
it's so
fart thyme?
easy, then why don't one of you fuckers go?
Cilantro, maybe.
What's so easy?
Would you rather?
Oh.
I know this is kind of a
I didn't know we
difficult
had a
email.
homework.
I
I
don't
Oh
thought
my
it was
god.
like you're.
Chirp chirp.
I know.
Chirp chirp.
I know. Dead air. Dead air.
know.
Eric, get down here and give us a would you rather.
Yeah, get down here.
All
All
right.
Eric's our new assistant.
Would you rather chew
Sorta.
glass? Like
Be able to?
No, no, no.
Um,
Like you have to chew the glass.
I've actually-
chomped up glass.
I've actually done that before, so I might be a step ahead of you.
Oh, look at you, circus guy.
Circus guy.
It's like a pile of chipped up glass, and you have
Okay.
to chew that for like I don't know a minute, so your tongue's all fucked.
Oh, that stinks.
Or you have to get like
Did you fart?
I sure did.
God damn it.
an A,
God
or you
damn
have
it.
to lay on the ground and get ran over by a truck, which has happened to me before.
Why'd you go straight to violence?
Did you like
always-
voluntarily do it?
No.
Okay.
No. I slid,
Are you asking
I
us
didn't
this
get
would you
run
rather
over
from personal
per se.
experience?
I got hit with a truck and I went flying. But no, chew on the glass for 20 or for 1 minute, or you have to lay on the ground and get ran over by a truck, just like on your legs or some shit, maybe your arms.
Just
too.
on your legs.
No big deal.
You don't use those.
You
Can I
survive.
ask you if this truck is a government vehicle?
Oh, it
Because
no,
this is going to determine my answer.
no. There's
I'm
no
suing.
loss. No lawsuits. Nothing involved. It's like
All right,
a
glass
It's
all
like
day.
a Ford F-350.
Jeez.
Oh, so
Not a sponsor
the
of the
person
show.
driving the truck is compensating for.
No, there's no compensation for anything. This is
No,
your
I mean
choice.
they're compensating for.
He thinks they have a giant truck because they got a small wiener.
Yes. I'm not
What
saying
if it's a
you
girl
do.
driving?
Then she,
They could have
never
a
mind.
small wiener too.
So
I mean, I don't.
Yeah, there's definitely no truth to that myth because Nick drives a little car.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say,
He's got a
Vance?
little wiener.
Oh.
No, that's not.
How do you know
how do
that?
you know?
Aren't you married?
What goes on? No, aren't you like?
Ooh.
we know. We know.
Spilled
Nick's
the
out of
beans.
we know Nick came out of the bag, but I didn't know you were coming out too.
When did I? What?
Like 2
Yeah,
episodes
yeah,
ago.
you did. That's okay. We're proud of you.
We're proud.
Okay.
We'll march with you, buddy.
No. All right. I support it,
I
but
do
I'm
too.
not.
I'd rather
gonna
get
be
run
like-
over by the
too.
truck.
Huh?
I'd rather get run over by the truck.
Then eat the glass.
Yeah.
Nick supports his gay friends on his back.
Oh boy.
Vance, I'm the top.
Oh,
Are you really?
Really?
No.
I wouldn't guess that.
How do you know that?
guys?
How do you know that?
Because I've had gay friends.
just know that when you're ready to tell us,
Mm-hmm.
we're
He
here for you.
mispronounced love. Anyway, would you rather?
They didn't call me Dick Myers for nothing.
Oh, good
Oh
God!
Every answer. is weird.
It's not the fact that you are. It's just it's because it's you.
I tried bringing up Nick's car as a segue into our
We
actual
still have
content.
to. Okay, yeah, we could do that. Natalie, what do we got for tonight?
Still have haunted vehicles.
Yeah, it's still the same thing it was 5 minutes ago.
I don't
Dan.
change the topic
I was asking
ever
her
during the middle of the
to
show.
go ahead and do
Oh.
her thing.
Welcome to
How?
tonight's episode of Haunted Vehicles.
There it is.
There it is. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I'll sleep up there.
I think so.
Okay. So we'll start off with John F. Kennedy's limousine. Given the code name SX-100-X, this is a 1961 Lincoln 74A convertible.
That's a big ass car.
Yeah, it is a big car.
Like holy
this-
shit!
Is that the one that he was?
I'll bet
shot
you
at?
that car is 18 to 19 feet from bumper to bumper.
Really? That big?
Yeah. What kind is it again?
A 61 Lincoln 74A convertible. Yeah, I
those are
bet
big.
you-
I mean, I've watched the Zapruder film like
Yeah.
1,000 times.
1,001 for me. I win. One up. It's also the car that JFK and Jackie were riding in on the fateful day of November 22nd, 1963, when he was assassinated. Just that video of her like reaching back
What
for
kind?
his skull. Oh, just haunts your dreams.
Can we talk about who killed him?
Is it
1961 Lincoln 74A convertible.
Or are we saving that for a different
We'll
episode?
do that different episode. JFK's conspiracy episode. The convertible was kept in operation after JFK's death for several years, and it was donated to the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan, in 1978. People
You can
say,
actually see that vehicle.
yeah, in the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn,
I
Michigan.
wonder if they washed it off.
I
well,
would
it
imagine
was still in,
it was.
yeah, it was
they
still in
still
use.
used it
Oh, okay.
afterward.
People say the ghost.
They just never took it through a car wash.
God.
People say they could still see a ghost, or they see a ghost dressed in gray clothing standing near the car, and they usually see it more often around the anniversary of the shooting.
Yeah,
I will be in Michigan
Daniel
next
said no.
week.
I don't believe it.
Are you really?
No,
Oh, I thought you was going. I was going on a road trip.
no, I want to now.
Never been to Michigan.
It's
haven't either.
nice.
I like to go up there and do some camping and fishing.
Camping and fishing.
Because I'm like super camping fishing. 18
Yeah,
feet.
18 feet from bumper to bumper.
Wow.
The
Damn.
more you know. All right, this is called the jumping car of Cape Town. It's in Cape Town's obviously in South Africa.
Those are called hydraulics.
That's exactly what I thought. I'm like, yeah, it's hydraulics. But then I read a little more and said no. 2004. I don't. Do you know
Your
Renault
jokes.
Do you know this car? 2004 Renault Monogamy.
It's just
Monogamy?
An 04 Renault.
An 04 Renault. It turned itself on and began to jump backwards. 9 people and 2 policemen said they heard the car start before it jumped backwards up the hill 2 times. And there was no one in the car, and the parking brake was also on. Also, no keys in the engine or ignition to start the car.
I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah,
Renault
I'm calling
blamed-
bullshit on this one too.
Renault blamed the incident on a rusty water cable. Oh, I'm sorry. God damn it. A rusty starter cable.
Water cable.
The only way that could,
Water
the
cable!
only way that could fucking physically happen is it has to be a manual
I knew we were going to
transmission.
get something off this one.
What?
I knew we were going to get something off this
That
one.
has
you
to
know?
be a manual transmission, and it would have to be the neutral safety switch would have to be broken, and the clutch would have to be pressed, or that's the same as the neutral safety switch, I guess. So let's just say there was like this perfect storm of shut your mouth.
Oh, I'm listening.
No, there would have to be so much going on at the same time wrong with that to make it lunge. And then the starter wire would have to short out in exactly the right place to not hit a ground, but it would have to something would have to go across the starter solenoid, right, to engage that starter.
Solenoid or solenoid?
It's solenoid,
Okay.
but it'd have to engage the starter.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I don't
think
believe
so.
it either. Unless they're playing House of Pain's Jump Around. Next topic.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what they were
I'm the
playing.
cream of the crop. I rise to the top.
But you get it
Is he
from
German?
later, like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is he German?
Yeah,
No,
I'm the cream
was
of
not
the
a
crop.
Mexican
I rise
accent.
to the top.
yeah that
was
wasn't
that
a-
German?
No. Your German's way better. How's it go?
No.
It goes like
I'm the
this.
cream of the crop. What's up, fool?
Ow, eh?
We don't talk about the 1940s around here.
No, that was
Yeah.
that was. I don't know what that was.
your old.
That was
your
my
girlfriend.
old lady.
That was old Tuna
Chainsmoker
McGee coming back at you.
want
Give
some
me
of-
a
You want
smoky
some of this
cigarette.
tuna?
Why was she carrying tuna in the first place?
It's a reference to
Oh.
yeah.
I like tuna and cigarettes.
Yeah. No, it's not my joke. I got it from somebody else.
Yeah, it's not his, guys. He was just holding it for somebody.
Yeah. I learned it by watching you.
I borrowed it from a friend. I have to give it back.
We'll give it back already. Natalie, keep going.
James Dean's Porsche. It's a
Oh, yeah.
500 Spider,
It's a sweet Porsche.
aka Little Bastard.
Little bastard.
That shit'll run. That'll run low 12s probably.
Empire Records.
My name's not fucking Warren.
All right. Oh, damn, that's a good movie. On the way to a race in Salinas, California, Dean's Porsche lost control and flipped into a gully. The accident killed James and injured his passenger, which I didn't realize he was riding with someone when this happened. I never knew that.
I didn't either.
That's why this is a fun and informative podcast, as
Ah.
they say. George Barris, a car customizer and Dean's friend, took the remains of the Spider and sold the parts out to other drivers. Barris sold the engine and drivetrain. Is that drivetrain? Okay, drivetrain to 2 doctors who entered the cars that were carrying the parts into the same race in Panoma, California. During the race, both crashed horribly, and one of the doctors was killed. Barris gave the car over to the California Highway Patrol. And they displayed Little Bastard as a warning to careless drivers, but more bad luck followed. The first place it was displayed was a garage, which probably burned down, leaving only Little Bastard standing in the smoldering debris. And then on its way to a high school, Little Bastard broke free from the truck that was hauling it and caused a fatal accident.
That little bastard.
Those little bastards. CHP moved into California Highway Patrol. Moved in.
Chips.
Yeah. Moved it. Damn it. Moved it to a stand at yet another high school where the car fell and broke a student's hip. Fuck.
Jesus. That's all it broke?
Yes,
But this is just a drivetrain, right? So like,
No, this is the car.
The car itself
but
did it.
oh, they sold the drivetrain out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no,
This is the-
engine, transmission, rear end, drive shaft, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While in transit, the Spider fell off of another trailer a total of 3 times, and then it crushed a truck driver.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The car also injured 2 thieves who tried to pry out the steering wheel and bloodstained seats. I guess they're trying to keep it, like from memories, or maybe trying to sell them. Finally, the CHP had enough of the little bastard in an attempt to return the wreckage to Barris, but it vanished mysteriously on the back of a flatbed truck en route and hasn't been seen since.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know half that stuff.
That's
crazy.
crazy. That's my joke.
That's not really a joke. It's just a comment.
That's my comment.
Jink, throw me a soda.
That's my
I
comment.
need a soda right now.
Me not.
Okay.
I do. I can't have pop though, but I sometimes crave like pop I never drank before since I can't have it anymore. Like I will get the weirdest cravings for a Dr. Pepper, and I never drank Dr. Pepper. I
Yeah,
was
it's
I
not
was
that
a
great.
Mountain Dew kid.
Mountain
do.
Dew.
I was doing the do, bro.
I had like 2 Taylors Mountain Dew.
2 2-liters.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Damn, why'd you have 2 2-liters Mountain Dew?
That chili might burn my mouth so hot.
Tell you what. All right, this is a Surrey, England ghost crash. Okay, wow.
God.
Wow. On Britain's Highway A3, crashes are pretty common. So, December 11th, 2002, police received multiple calls from people about a set of headlights veering off the road. So, they, of course, expected the worst. So, they drove out there to the scene and they discovered there was no crash. So, they continued to search as they were fearing that they might have been like leaving someone behind. They came upon a wrecked maroon Vauxhall Astra.
Yeah, Vauxhall Astra.
Vauxhall Astra. Nose down. I spelled noise. Noise down in the ditch, covered in undergrowth,
Keep
and
it down.
apparently, good lord, covered in undergrowth with a decomposing human body inside. They estimated that the crash happened about 5 months prior, and no evidence of other cars was found.
Damn.
So people were apparently calling in the ghost lights. This one's cool. This is Abraham Lincoln's ghost train. So
I
every
think I've actually heard of this one.
April, this ghost train is said to make its way through the 180 cities, recreating the exact voyage that Lincoln's dead body made on his funeral trip back to Springfield. It's said that clocks and watches stop at the moment of that the phantom train passes.
Where did Abraham Lincoln die again?
In the theater.
Like what? No,
In the
I know
balcony?
where he died, like where it happened, but like what city?
South Compton.
In the city.
There was a Dre Biggie problem going on. and-
good.
I don't remember where he died.
Look it up.
Well, it was 180 cities away from Springfield.
Look it up.
It's cool. I'm the research
Well,
guy. So
I mean, yeah, I don't have my laptop today. I had to work before this.
Oh, look who has a job.
All
We
of
all-
us.
yeah.
We all have jobs.
This is a ghost plane Pippo. It's a phantom plane nicknamed Pip Pip for the noise the gun makes. And
Peterson House, Washington D.C.
oh yeah.
That would make sense since he was president when he died.
No, it wasn't.
It's said to no conspiracy theories. Abraham Lincoln wasn't real.
Yeah, he's made up.
This is said to
Too
swoop
soon,
from out of
Dan.
nowhere and join the battle. I think it was World War One.
Pip Pip the plane.
Pip Pip the plane.
And,
It's
that
like
was
JJ
the
jet plane.
Quick history lesson. World War One. That was actually the first World War.
I hate you.
What are you saying?
I'm saying 2 was after.
Nope,
No, it
not real.
wasn't. 2 never happened. Neither
It
did
wasn't.
What about just like World War?
Do you know that there's people? I know that there's obviously flat Earth fucks, but there's also people.
That's what they call themselves.
That's what they.
We are the
Flat
flat
Earth.
Earth fucks.
Unless you're one of our
What a great
listeners,
band
then we
name.
love
Flat
you.
Earth, fuck, flat.
Do you know that there's people? There's a movement of people that believe that the Holocaust never happened.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's people that think we didn't land on the moon. Either.
Dan heads up the group.
Wrong.
I can understand
I'm joking.
landing the people that don't. I mean, obviously, I believe we landed on the moon. I can understand that there's a group of people that do not believe we landed on the moon. However, a group of people that believe that we did not have a Holocaust.
Yeah, I think it was a proportion for. They claim they have evidence too. We should do a topic about that.
We should because
You know,
I'm very curious.
And I
about
hate
why
these
somebody
kind of
would think-
conspiracy theories that deal with like thousands of people dying, or
Yeah.
in the instance of the Holocaust,
Millions.
millions.
Yeah.
But like the people who are like, "Oh, Bush did 9/11," and it's just like,
yeah.
I don't care what evidence you have. That's disrespectful
It is
to
very
the families
disrespectful,
and
especially
friends
the
and
Holocaust,
the
my God.
victims. Like, yeah, the Holocaust, 9/11, Pearl Harbor, whatever. Like, don't have those conspiracy theories, or don't talk about them if you do.
Especially when you still have
My right as American.
But if you didn't talk about it, it wouldn't be conspiracy.
he meant
Talk
out
about it
loud.
with other people that
don't
care.
Do you mean
That's why
don't-
they have groups.
don't-
yeah, go to a support
Those are
group.
called meetings.
I still see bumper stickers that say 9/11 was an inside job.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I
And-
did see, and I hate that I laughed at this because 9/11 is, you know, probably the greatest tragedy that I'll ever see in my lifetime. But I did see a meme the other day. It had Bush walking and the Twin Towers in the background, and on George Bush it said video, and the Twin Towers it said Radio Star.
Oh.
I was
I
like,
saw that too.
it took me a second, and I was like, oh,
That's just some
that's
poor
awful.
taste.
Yeah, that's
It
not okay.
is, and I kind of chuckled
I think
a little
memes
bit
are
'cause it
funny
was
for the
like,
most part because they're just silly, but he showed me some doozies. He belongs
They're
to
called
this-
memes.
Yeah, memes.
I actually know somebody who pronounces it like that.
Do you say-
Legitimately, they
do you know
actually
somebody that
thought that's how
pronounces
it was pronounced.
Poem weird.
Boom.
My brother has an ex-girlfriend who pronounced poem.
So stupid.
Tell
And
him I
it
got
was the most frustrating thing.
Tell him
And
I
I
gotta-
can't talk half the time.
Tell him I got a poem about a guy
Well, that's
from
the thing. Is
Nantucket.
this girl was like one of the most book smart girls I've ever known. She
So
was
am I,
so
though.
she was
No,
so
I'm not.
smart.
No, I'm not.
But like when
I could read a
like-
strategy guide.
her and my mom went to go get a newspaper one time from like one of the little newspaper machines. You just pop a quarter in, you pull the thing. She could not figure out where to put the quarter.
You know, there's a lot of people who don't know how to work a rotary phone. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
a
remember
video
Grandma's
about these
rotary phone?
kids. This parent tried getting their two kids to dial a phone number, and they could not do it.
Yeah.
Our grandma had one.
I like our grandma.
I saw something
That
the other
grandma,
day on
not the
That
other
grandma,
grandma.
not the
Not
other one.
the
The other
other
one's a
one.
cunt.
I don't know. Someone tweeted
May
something.
one of them
I
rest
saw
in
like a
peace, the other
tweet
one
the
we
other
don't
day
Wait,
about a dad having to explain to his son why we say hang up the phone, and he said
Hang
he's
up the
never felt so
phone.
old.
I just never thought of that. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause you
I never thought of it either until I saw the tweet. I was like, damn.
It's because it's nonsense. Now, keep going.
And Daniel's back.
Dick, Dan.
This is a submarine one. So it's a German UB 111 class submarine. And this is during World War I again. As Vinny pointed out, this is the First World War.
thank you.
I didn't know that. This type of submarine managed to sink 507 enemy battleships, including the feared HMS
I love
Britannia.
that game.
I
Battleship?
don't think that's what
Oh,
she's talking.
yeah, I love Battleship too.
You funked
should
my
get
battle
it.
flip.
We should get Battleship. I just got you.
Aw.
Oh my god.
It's like you put your
All
hand
the
up
time.
asking for it.
No, it's at the same time. You guys are
Oh,
just
okay.
jealous jelly beans.
Soulmates.
just
Got my head.
jealous
Got my
jelly
head.
beans. All right, all
Get
right.
a room.
We have one. I'm steals.
I
Vance,
don't wanna know
Vance,
that.
hands above the table.
No,
hands
my
above the
doggy's
table.
in it right now. During the building of the submarine, 3 builders suffocated. Oh, as we're laughing, here's some death. 3 builders
Dan.
suffocated
Stop
from
it.
diesel fumes, and 2 more were crushed by a falling grinder.
A falling grinder?
Yeah.
Like a hoagie and grinder?
Hokies and grinders.
No, I'm
Navy
being
beans,
serious. What,
navy beans.
what the hell's a grind? Oh, like a
I-
rock quarry grinder?
If
building
that
a
they
s-
were crushed by it, I would assume it's probably a big ass rock grinder.
Okay.
Okay, this isn't a
Excavation.
submarine.
Yeah, this
They're
isn't a
building
submarine, though.
submarine.
Yeah, like
What
what's a
kind of grinder
grinder?
would that be?
Just a big industrial steel grinder,
Okay.
like a big angle grinder or something.
Yeah,
It was
'cause they'd
it
be
was the
building a
coffee
submarine, so
grinder
that
in the
makes
break
sense.
room.
Oh, okay.
It was the grinder
Ow.
app on their cell phone.
Okay.
Sorry.
During the
Good
testing
times.
stage,
What?
this is just a lot of death here, so maybe hold off on laughter. During the testing stage, a crew member fell overboard and was never seen again. The very first test drive sank the submarine all the way to the bottom of the sea. Yes.
How do you fall overboard on a submarine?
They can go on top.
Well, they
If
were
you go on top of
building
the
it
sub-
on top of the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he probably got.
I
he
didn't know
probably
that.
fell
I didn't know
over.
that. That was like a
They don't-
legitimate question.
They don't build
It just kinda
submarines
threw me
under
off.
the water.
Onto the
No
sea,
shit.
Onto the
But I
sea.
figured they would build it in like a warehouse or like a factory type thing. I didn't think they would
No.
build it literally sitting on the water.
Nick got himself a pet fish. He fed it all the time, but couldn't figure out what to give it to drink.
He's like orangey.
I would dump milk in there.
Vitamin
Are
D,
you
buddy.
a cat?
Do you like chocolate milk?
You want 2%
The
or
first
1?
fish to ever die of dehydration.
Oh my god.
Hey, that toilet funeral was beautiful.
Amazing grace.
You're like, let's go for a spin.
He had bagpipes out
That
and everything.
that you googly was so moving.
Googly. You googly.
Merman.
I'm a you googlizer.
I'm a merman, Dad.
It's got the black lung pop.
I'm glad you guys got my reference.
I love that movie.
I do too.
You
I've
guys
never-
don't usually get
If
my
you've never
references.
seen Zoolander,
If they can't even
It's
fit
old,
in
but check
the
it
What's
out.
the
building.
second one?
I have not seen the second one.
I started it.
It was
Me
forced.
and Marvin started watching it, and
Marvin?
Justin Bieber was on it in the very
Marvin?
beginning, and I was like, I'm done.
Marvin was
It was
watching
like-
it. He
It
should've
was
been
like
cleaning
Anchorman 2.
microwaves.
I haven't seen Anchorman.
You haven't
Anchorman
seen
2
Anchorman?
was,
The first one's a classic,
I
but
love the-
Anchorman
Yes.
2 was so forced.
No, I
Yeah.
liked it.
It was
I thought
good,
it was funny.
but I like the
It
first one
was
better.
like it was funny,
Oh,
but
here comes
that was
negative
it.
Nick.
That
Negative
was
Nick
it.
and
Oh, as
Negative
opposed
Dan.
to Downer Dan,
Oh, I like that. Nice.
Danny
Dan.
Danny Downer.
Downer Danny.
Whatever. Keep going, Natalie.
Let's
Dan
see.
changes the
They're
subject.
right.
The very first test drive sank the submarine to the bottom of the sea because of a ruptured ballast tank. The crew was on the sub was on the ocean floor for hours, but they were rescued. But all of the crew became violently ill upon the rescue, and 2 died from exposure to gas. They still use a submarine after that. A torpedo killed 8 crew members and an officer. Now, it's said that the officer's ghost haunts the ship. After the captain was decapitated, or after that, the captain was decapitated by flying shrapnel. The crew members began to see his ghost, and they were like, okay, we want to get transferred to another ship. But the German Navy had to do an exorcism on the ship before they can get another crew on there.
Wow.
This didn't help, though just a few months later, an American submarine ambushed the U-65 and exploded it with torpedoes. Or did they? The American captain later told that they never had a chance to fire. According to him, the U-65 exploded all by itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd like to research into that a little bit.
I've never been on a submarine.
I haven't either.
We were going to ride one at Disney World once, but it was broke. The 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride.
Thought it was
You went
20.
with me.
I thought it was
Oh,
20.
yeah, the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
How far is the league?
A mile.
Is
I
it-
don't know.
I don't know.
20,000 miles. I don't know.
Like, I don't know how.
Look it up. You're the
fast
researcher
miles
for this
are.
episode.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, no, I'm not. This is Archduke Franz Ferdinand Graf and the Stiff Deaf Limo. Did you guys like the band?
The
Franz Ferdinand?
stiff what?
Stiff Death Limo.
Stiff to death.
Did you guys like Franz Ferdinand the band?
I've seen them live. They opened for Green Day.
They're not a band anymore.
One nautical
Uh-uh.
one nautical league is 3.452 miles.
Damn.
Damn. Nautical League.
3 point what?
452.
Wow. And
So if it
3.14
was-
is pi.
That's like 60,000 miles under the sea then.
I guess.
Do you know that, darling, it's better down where it's wetter, under the sea?
Under the sea.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Something on land, they got a lot of sand, but we have a hot crustacean band.
Turn off Natalie's microphone, please. I'll just read
No.
the rest of the notes.
World War One. Again, World War One.
First one.
The First War. Franz Ferdinand and his wife were shot in the heads and throats by a Bosnian anarchist. Earlier that day, Ferdinand had an attempt on his life, and then on the way to the hospital to
A bomb.
comfort those that were injured in the crossfires, he was like going to, be nice to them. One of the assassins came out of a cafe and saw Ferdinand and his wife in front of him, and then he opened fire on them in their limo that had been stalled. The limo was owned by 15 different people into the 1920s. It was involved in 6 accidents and 3 deaths. An Australian general, Potiorek, Potiorek,
Potirek.
Potiorek.
Patrick? Would guess that's how
Yeah.
it's
Officer
pronounced.
P.
Officer
Patrick.
P.
Yeah. there
went
we go.
insane while riding the limo through Vienna. And the next owner, governor of Yugoslavia,
How long do you have to drive to go insane while you're...
As long as
How long of a road trip is that?
I don't know, it's
you go insane through the membrane.
It's one Nicolas Cage movie. So however long that
Hey, man,
is.
I like
Hold on,
Nicolas
which
Cage.
Nicolas
Hey, whoa,
Cage?
whoa, whoa,
Some of those
whoa.
are good.
Well,
Con Air was amazing.
Yeah.
The Rock.
No,
great
I'm not
movie.
saying they're bad. Never mind.
Oh, you're talking about length of time?
No, never mind. It just
Okay.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Because
matter.
I want to know.
I'll tell you after the
Um,
podcast. How's that?
But then our
Explanations
listeners
with
can't hear.
Daniel. I know, now our listeners are going, well,
Where-
what does he
Speaking
mean?
of, where can our listeners check us out at? When they,
Everyone looked at each other.
I
Everyone
tried
lo-
so hard to set that up.
And
Well,
it's usually
I
my
was in
setup.
the middle of a story
Let me-
here.
Not only that, but it's my setup first.
I
and
know.
foremost. And when
I butchered that. I'm done.
everybody looked at each other and went like
done.
this. What the fuck is he
I
talking
wasn't
about?
ready for that.
I'm done.
I was
Finish-
not ready for that.
Finish your story, then we'll
Oh,
get
for
to that.
fuck's sakes. I still got a couple more here. I wasn't ready for that kind of question.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, folks.
Apparently, I'm done talking. Didn't want to hear my stories anymore. Oh,
I
God.
thought we were doing the thing where we're just
No,
gonna
it's,
do it.
it's
like-
all right. It's all right.
The next owner was the governor of Yugoslavia, had 4 car accidents and the loss of an arm. He sold it to a surgeon friend who died 6 months later in a car crash. A German army captain died while trying to avoid 2 pedestrians. All 3 of them were killed. And there were more suicides and car accidents after that until 1926 when it ended up in the War History Museum of Vienna.
Good sausages.
Wow.
What?
This is called a black Volga. I've never seen this car until I saw it on the picture of this. I never even heard of it. Between the 60s and 70s, Soviet, nobody knew who drove the black Volga. Some said it was priests, some said nuns, and others swore it was Satan worshippers. Some even claimed the devil himself was behind the steering wheel. The black Volga was a Volga limousine with 2 white rims and curtains that came out of nowhere. Sometimes its rearview mirrors were actually horns. It abducted children and killed anyone who approached it, sometimes instantly, sometimes the victims would mysteriously drop dead exactly 24 hours later. No one knew why it took children. Maybe they were sold for rich Arabs who needed their blood to cure leukemia. Maybe the kids were just harvested for their organs. Either way, not good.
That car, Vance looked it up. That car is sick. I would drive one
I
of those
would
in
totally
a
drive
heartbeat.
that, yeah.
Those things are sweet. I've never seen them
I
before
wouldn't
either.
drive
But
it stock,
No,
but I would make
we
it
would
to where it'd be really cool.
we would Vinny and Nelly customize that shit. Because that's what we
you guys
do.
would pimp your ride.
We
Yeah.
do. We pimped our motorcycle.
You should have
so,
seen the bike before I got
yeah.
done with it.
The myth of the black
Did Exhibit
Volga.
come over?
No.
Dude, you see where a lot of the people that got their rides
Oh, yeah.
pimped,
They
like
got-
the shit just broke down. Like,
And
because
they
they
had
never
a-
And a
fixed
lot of the
them.
things that they actually put in those cars was illegal in their states to drive with
Yeah.
in your car.
And they had they made that show made it sound like those kids who had their cars taken away for like a week. They were with their cars about months.
Oh yeah,
It was terrible.
that's why. Well, that's why that show's not on the air anymore.
exactly.
But West Coast Custom still has a TV show of their
hate
own, which
Exhibit.
doesn't make any sense.
You hate Exhibit?
What?
I liked him in one movie.
I liked him. I like his rap.
Yeah.
I don't think
do?
I've heard him.
First learn to cook in a coffee pot.
Okay.
Call it what you wanna
Call it, I'm a fucking alcoholic.
You
I
guys
can't believe
are-
you know
yeah.
that song.
I love him.
This is Rap King over here.
Oh,
I
I
I
like,
like
Exhibit.
older rap. I
yeah,
don't like.
he likes like 90s rap.
I think my favorite exhibit is What's the Difference from 2001.
I don't think
Back
I've
to the
heard it.
criminal set, but they can't catch me yet. You dumb thunking homie.
I'm just waiting for him to continue. The myth of the Black Volga was widely spread throughout the vast areas of Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, Poland, and Mongolia. Another place I want to go is Mongolia. And anyways, although there is no
Just go to
hard
Who Hot.
God.
no, I want to go see the
Stupid
the people
face.
that can do hawking, like old, like ancient style of hawking. Oh no! God damn it! All right, that's gross.
Ugh, God, I felt that in my throat.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I did.
We
I did
lost
too.
all of our listeners with that. Although there is no hard evidence to support, or for that matter, debunk the story, it is worth noting that the Volga limos were the most expensive cars available to the Soviets at the time. As such, they were mostly driven by politics and other communist party officials. They are very class responsible for the people's plate.
It
Wonder
can
what the
run third.
interior looked at like in these fuckers. I bet it's really nice.
Is there no picture? Look that car up, you
Yeah,
guys.
why don't
We have the
you
World
just
Wide
do
Web, just
Black Volga interior?
www.google, google.com, and then type in Volga, that is VOLG.
I want to see the seats. Because that's not.
I want to see the seats. Now keep going while they're looking.
I'm done.
Oh, okay.
That was your haunted vehicles part 1, because there was a bunch more, and I'm like, well, this looks like a 2 or 3 more.
Looks like we're doing a lot of
A
part
what?
ones
You know
lately.
what though? That's good, because that means that there's lots of fun stuff out there for us to be fun
And
informative
Curtain
about.
up.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
curtains that come out
for
of nowhere.
that's
right?
for backseat fun time.
Yeah, that might be the
I
one.
know what that means, Nick.
Do you?
No.
That's when the kids
There
were
you
back
go.
in
Bench seats.
I don't like the seats.
I like that speedometer.
I like the steering wheel, but I don't like that fabric on the
It
seat.
can run 13 hectares on a single tank of kerosene.
In Soviet Russia, Volga car drives you.
You come to Crazy Vodclaws and you'll agree. Ointakeda Horis Dev.
We're slashing prices because we're crazy.
What country is this from? It no longer exists, but drive it, I swear.
You drive.
Put it in H. Put it in H.
You take for drive. Take mother-in-law. Gone.
Did you see the new National Lampoon's Vacation?
Oh,
Yeah.
where they fucking took a
The Albanian
swim in the
Prancer.
shit.
It's the Albanian Prancer. It's got all the buttons on it. It's a good-
Oh, the one with Ed Helms.
yes.
Oh man, that was
I didn't
fun.
see that one.
That's a good one. You should check that out.
Hey, Vance.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
Dan.
How can people get a hold of us? That's how you're supposed to do it.
Oh,
Not in the middle of me.
And then
not in the middle of my
typically I would
sentence.
answer with, well, they can look us up on our website at don'tlookunderthebed.net, this contact us section, or email us directly at don'tlookunderthebedpodcast at gmail.com. We also have Facebook. That's Don't Look Under the Bed Podcast on Facebook. We're Twitter at DLUTB. Same
Water.
with our Instagram. And if you like what we're doing, you want to help support it, we have Patreon. That's Patreon/DLUTB. Love to see you there. A show. And we also have a
Oh,
PayPal,
shout.
and that's just our email address, Don't Look Under the Bed Podcast at gmail.com. Or if you guys want, I can post Dan's cell phone to the website.
Please do.
do it.
Please. I love getting texts and calls.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a little bit until somebody threatens me, and then they know where I'm at.
I'll stick up for you, buddy.
Threatens
you
you
will.
with a good time.
I'll stand by you.
I'll stand by you.
We do want to start doing some Skype calls on the
Who the fuck is
podcast.
Skip? And why does he keep calling me?
Skip. We do want to start doing some stuff like that, and we're also looking at a lot of springtime activity as far as doing some mobile stuff. So we're
I know.
pretty
I'm ready to
excited
get out of
about
these
that.
winter house
Some
blues.
flower picking.
Flower
Winter
pick.
Can we
house.
go? Can
I
we
am.
have a good frolic?
No,
I do like a good frolic. Oh, Dale's done.
I'd
No, I'm
please-
just taking my headphones off.
I'd please rather not frolic with you.
Nick, don't cry.
You said you supported me, so
But yeah, hit us up for sure. Our favorite thing by far is the emails. Like we
Yeah.
love reading those things, and for everyone that we do read, there's a few that get by, and they're pretty funny. Just because we don't read them, don't stop sending them. It's
Yeah.
just
No, we're not-
some of them we can't
We
read
don't read them on the air, but
online.
yeah.
And some of them we can't read because they're pretty fucking incoherent. But you know who you are.
We still love you.
We do, and yours are the funnest to read. So.
And on behalf of all of us here,
All
of us here at the Don't Look
Who?
At It podcast, we want to thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Because
Gracias.
it gives us something to do, and we'd probably sit here and bullshit anyway. I'm not gonna lie, but it makes it a lot more fun when you know somebody out there is really
We have an audience.
hear what you're babbling.
What's our next podcast about, Natalie?
I think it's a Brooder Blender.
Yeah.
I think that's what I have on my calendar doc.
Are we gonna put some of your fantastic fruits in that brutal blender and make a juice?
God damn, that juice was amazing.
Thank
First?
you.
I'm gonna go have some more.
Yeah,
help
I'm gonna
yourself.
try some.
I will totally do some more tomorrow.
Oh damn!
All right, that's it. Daniel's part of it.
We're all gonna
All
die.
right.
You guys all
Just
hear
like
that?
Just like
Thanks
that
to-
submarine, we're all gonna
Yeah.
die from exposure
Thanks
to
for
gas.
calling.
All right, I'm the gassed out Vinny Rose. Next to me is
I'm gonna throw up Natalie Rose.
next to her
Dan Wonder.
and
Nicholas Myers.
Bye.
You couldn't wait.